Christopher Colley.
Raleigh, North Carolina. You already know. Welcome in. You have now entered the RDU Live Radio Show right here on Oak 93.5 WRLY. I'm your host, Cam McCarty. I appreciate you for tuning in. If you're listening out there on Glenwood, 540, 40, wherever you might be, go ahead, put that seatbelt on. Make sure you're buckling up. Reach over, turn us up. We want to make sure you're staying safe. And if you're out there watching on YouTube, Facebook Live 365, we appreciate you as well. Go ahead, put something in the comments. Let us know you're watching. Let us know you're listening. And don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. They say it helps the algorithm or something like that, all right?
Yes.
And no matter where you're at around the triangle or around the world, this is a call-in show. And that means when we're not playing music, the phone lines are wide open. And that phone number is 919-899-9305. That's 919-899-9305. Look, we got a jam-packed show for you today. I actually got somebody sitting in here with me. I got the doctor sitting in here. Oh, I couldn't even finish my intro. I think we got somebody to talk to. Stand by just 1 second. I think we got it. Hey, caller, if you're out there, you are on with me, Cam McCarty, with the RDU Live Radio Show. Who are we talking to? Well, all right. They may have left us. What we're gonna do is we're gonna drop that call, and if you're out there listening, caller, go ahead and call us back. This is still a call-in show. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish my intro. We got a jam-packed show. We got the doctor in with us. You go ahead and call in. The phone line's already lighting up. So go ahead and call in. We got a couple things to talk about. You got some music out.
Yes, sir.
You got some music out.
I do.
You got a couple initiatives, couple things you're rocking with. You got a lot of stuff going on all the time in a very positive way.
Yes, sir. I do.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
You already know. So when I'm sitting in the driver's seat, I always have to start off with things that are real, that's relevant to the triangle of the world at large. Mm-hmm. And I always have to default back to my guy, one of my good friends, CJ Baker. CJ Baker, he has his open mic nights on Tuesday. So what we do on Tuesdays is we stack it up. We start off with the RDU Live Show at 6 o'clock, and then we take you on over to Rhythm and Brews right outside of downtown Durham for the CJ Baker open mic night. CJ Baker and the crew, they're there starting up at about 9 o'clock. They go from 9 to about 9:45 with a featured artist. And then after that, it's an open mic. It's a jam session. Bring your rhymes, bring your raps, bring your songs. Also, if you're an instrumentalist, bring your instruments and you can hop in on the jam session. It's just one of those good places. Also, Rhythm and Brew, shout out to them. Great food, great vibes. True. Right? Mm-hmm. It's just one of those good places that you want to be. It's Tuesdays. I also have to give the special shout out to Slims and Yonder Music. Yonder Music, they're a band here in the area, downtown Raleigh, right beside the bus station right there.
Yep.
Slims, they have an open mic on Tuesdays as well. Very lively. Same concept. They have a featured artist. And then after that, it's an open mic. It's a jam session. Bring your instruments and whatever you have, and you can get in. And I say these things and I accentuate these open mics because if you're an artist out there, these are ways to get into the community.
That's right.
These are ways to meet other musicians, other artists, other people who are like-minded. And if you just like music and you want to see what's happening on the scene, you can go to these places and you can meet the people on the scene. That's how that happens. That's how we create communication and community and collaboration. All those words put together. Look, it's Tuesday, and there's a lot of places that you can be. But right now, it's 6 o'clock, and you're here with us. So I want to talk to the guest right now. Doctor, how you been?
I've been good, sir. I've been good, my brother.
I hadn't seen you since last year. That's what they say.
Yeah, well, but we have been in contact.
Yeah. We've been talking. Yeah.
So it's been good as we greeted each other. Happy New Year. We came in. Things have been good. It's been interesting few weeks at the beginning of the year already.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But things are picking up, and since I've released the album in December, things have really kind of shifted and picked up for you.
Okay.
Yes,
and you sent in a couple tracks, so we're gonna run a couple of those in a little bit.
Sure.
We definitely got to talk about the album and the name and everything that's going on. So, all right, we got another caller off the top. Let's see if we get to you a little bit quicker. Hey, caller, you are on with the RDU Live Show. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, man?
How's it going? Who do we have the pleasure to speak with?
This is Derek, and I got to shout out my guy, Rashad. He told me to call in. I'm excited to hear what he got going on.
Derek, what's going on, brother? Look, so Derek is actually the featured artist on one of the songs that we're going to play today, long term. So he's still down with us. You know, he's been on the branch. He's doing this thing. You know, I can't give where he is because I don't know where he is right now. But brother, you know, I love you, man, and thanks for calling in.
Absolutely. I saw you guys are having a conversation. I enjoyed the first one, and it's a pleasure to see you guys kicking it and sharing the truth and, you know, putting other artists on platforms and giving them space. And I always am excited to create with Rashad. We got a really cool friendship and partnership, and I was glad to work with him the time that I did. And it's just a pleasure being here tonight.
Yeah, and there's more to come now. There's more.
There's more to come.
We're not through. We're not through. Man. He's amazing, man. He's like uber talented. You know.
Okay.
So much so it's almost like for real.
Yeah.
Because he can do everything. He can produce. He can rap. He can sing. He can mix. He can engineer. You know, but the real thing is that he's just a good person.
Good person. Hey, that beats all right there. Good person.
So, yeah,
look, Derek. Hey, I'm glad you calling in. Make sure you reach out to the RDU Live Show, YouTube or Instagram or something like that. Would love to connect with you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me on. You guys enjoy the conversation. I'll be tapped in here from home.
All right. Thanks again.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Take care, guys. Love you, Shad.
Love you, man. Wow.
Love to hear it. Love to see it. Love to you creating community, man.
That's my guy, man.
Yeah, that's how we do this thing. So definitely, Derek, if you're out there still watching, still listening, make sure you reach out to us. And any other artist out there that is multi-talented or just wants to be a part of what we got going on, definitely reach out to myself, the RDU Live Show, Cam McCarty, The Branch. Please. We're always looking to connect and collaborate.
Please, y'all. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a start.
Hey, we
all right, here we go.
Yes, right.
Good.
Hey, look, this is what we're doing. Hey, we love to have it. The phone number, if you're out there watching on YouTube, is up on the screen, 919-899-9305. This is what we do. We just like to have these conversations. And guys, this thing is not scripted per se. No. We're just having a conversation about certain topics and weaving this thing in. So if you call in and you got some ideas, some things you want to talk about, some things you want to hear, go in, join in on the conversation.
Let's do it.
So yeah, we're talking about your album. We're going to come to that in just a second, but I did want to have this conversation that's very apropos for the moment. Yeah. In time is to pay our respects to Mr. Jesse Jackson.
Yeah.
The Reverend Jesse Jackson passed away here. Was it this morning? Early this morning.
Yes, sir.
And it's one of those things where he's had such a long life and a full life and very instrumental in the civil rights movement, just civil rights in a whole. So we can talk about African Americans, but just in a whole, he's run for president. Mm-hmm. He was at the forefront of a lot of that during that time. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to bring this to you, and it's just very timely that you're on the show today and we can have this conversation, because I know you're all about that, and we're both from the South.
That's right.
I'm from Mississippi.
Right.
You're from
Alabama.
You're from Alabama, and so we have a different connection to the civil rights movement than some people would have. Mm-hmm. And I know your family was instrumental in the movement. So I just wanted to hear your perspective, as we pay our respects to this.
Yeah, well, I definitely first say, rest in peace or sleep in peace, because Reverend Jackson was busy.
Yeah,
he ran for president twice. I mean, created or co-founded the Rainbow Coalition. Yeah, it was so active. He was, fortunately there. When Dr. King, was taken from us. And I think originally, he's from like Chicago, so so he's a brother that's been, that went from there to come down south, and then went global. Remember he even helped bring hostages back.
That's what I say. Yeah. It's international civil rights.
So I say it like this, when a lamp goes dark, the world got a little bit darker. And that's how I feel, right now. I've met him numerous times. I can brag and say this. He was a friend to the family. Him and my uncle, and I'm always going to shout out the Orange family, but him and my uncle, Reverend James Orange, were close. They were, basically field lieutenants in the civil rights movement. And when my uncle passed in 2008, Reverend Jackson came. Matter of fact, I'll say it like this. He came and spoke right before I did. He came and spoke at the funeral right before I got behind the podium. So it was tough when I got the news this morning. I to be honest, I started crying immediately, and not that I knew him like super well. It's just that it was like a loss of another. One of our leaders, another one who's gone. Yes, he did live a dense life. He passed away at 84, so he did outlive my uncle. But it's still a loss, and I'm sure his family, his kids and others and grandkids, were all, filling that void. So I just want to say thank you, Reverend Jackson, for what you did, and you earned this rest a long time ago. Take it.
Rest. I was seeing some people posting rest in power. Rest in power, rest in peace, all those things. And like you said, you said it very eloquently. Is when someone passes like this, the world gets a little darker kind of thing. And it's just one of those moments in times. Like you said, he had a fulfilled life. He was 84 years old. And so it's it's a rest in peace kind of moment, but also a moment to just kind of look back. Remember, it's also February. It's also February, right?
That's right.
It's just one of those moments to look at it and see how far we've come, see how far we have to go. It's just that time you can take that moment to reflect and pay respect to his life, his legacy, and figure out a way that we can push it forward. All those things, and I just, on this platform, I'm so glad that you're here and I can have this conversation with you.
Yes.
But, on this platform, I wanted to take this moment just to do that remembrance, right, and have this conversation and pay our respects, to somebody that I don't know if I'd be sitting in this seat without a person like that.
Please do the history, everybody.
If you do the history, and there was a lot. He did a lot for our culture, for the world. It's just one of those moments that you have to say thank you.
That's thank you. That's it. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Jackson. That's it. That's good. That's what we should say.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, wow.
Cool. So I actually want to take that a step further. I want to take that a step further and bring it back to yourself. I know you have a couple initiatives going on, like the Black Farmers Hub and Black Farmers Market kind of thing.
Yes. I'm glad that you brought that up. I have to pull something up real quick to make sure that I do not misrepresent.
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, no, please.
I don't want to get it wrong. So the Black Farmers Hub, which is located 1409 Cross Street here in Raleigh, they just unveiled a new mural that has Dr. King on it, that has El Hajj Malik El Shabazz, but also has a gentleman who really started the hub, which has been around for 95 years, Deb Turner. Okay, so he actually started it. It is in his family, and they are doing things like now where they're every first Saturday of every month. They have what they call People's Market, so they're inviting people to come out and to promote whether it's businesses, local, licensed, all of that. And then every first Saturday of each month, they're going to be looking to have volunteers, so you can come in and get so you can get hours. And so I just want to also thank Miss Mona Lisa there and Mr. Demetrius Hunter. She's also an author, has a book called Break the Cycle. She was just recognized in Times Square. And so I just wanted to definitely give them a shout out because they are really doing some deep things. Mr. McCarty, it's the one source you can go get soursop in the city. Okay, if you need to get some good fruit, and they have a lot of things there for that's for our culture, our people, but for everybody. That's about curing sicknesses. Whether you eat meat or whether you're vegetarian like me, there's something for you there. But they are now opening it up to the community, doing poetry nights, doing performances, and so I will be there at least 3 more times this year with my partner DJ Next. next Malin, representing Asheville by way of Philadelphia. So we'll be back there. So I definitely want to give them a shout.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, and I love to, like I said, I wanted to further the conversation of those efforts, and bring that to light. I want to just bring it back one more time. So where exactly is this located?
So if you're here in Raleigh, it's right off of New Bern Avenue. Okay, it's 1409 Cross Street, Raleigh, North Carolina. If you see the fish shop, you passed it. Okay. And but they're like nestled, really, and I think in a great way in the community where people, whether you on the street or not, you can walk up, you can walk in, and they serve food, and they're open, I know, every day except for Sunday and Tuesday. And but the fact that they're opening the door, like if you go in there right now, if you're an entrepreneur, if you are an author, they will place and make sure that you get paid, but promote your stuff.
Really?
They invited me to come and perform because I did poetry there last month. They were like, well, why don't you come and and perform? I'm thankful we gave them a great show. They were like, we need you to keep coming back. So I'm like, thank y'all.
Yeah.
But the fact, but it was the energy, and it was a diverse crowd. So even though it's Black Farmers Hub, man, people from all hues were actually out there on that day. So it is open to everyone.
Open to everyone.
Yeah.
How did you go about finding them, or is it a certain person, or just happenstance?
I needed to find soursop.
Really?
In the city. I just have to, just for health reasons.
Yeah.
I needed to find a good source of soursop. The watermelon lady is another good one. She's wonderful. But I needed somewhere where I could get to all of the time. And someone said, go by there. Then when I go by there and then look up a little bit of history, because they have stuff all around the wall. They've been around for 95 years. I'm like, oh my goodness, how have I not, been here? And of course, I apologized to the guy when I met him. Found out he and I met at NC State 21 years ago.
Wow.
He was like, oh, no, I met you before, Dr. Easley. I'm like, I apologize, brother, I forgot. Then when he told me, I'm like, bro, I remember it now. And so he's been always working to expand the market here in the city. So it's on the other side of downtown.
It's on the other side of downtown, right off of New Bern Avenue.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know about this. I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
I only been going a year and a half. That's what I tell people. I've only been going a year and a half, so I'm still new to it.
Yeah. And what days are they open again?
Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But they're going to be doing brunches there on Sunday too. You just have to check their website to see when they're going to be doing it. Like they're really expanding. Yeah. And I'm so proud of them.
Wow.
And the fact that they allowed me to even kind of partner with them on some stuff, it is an honor of mine.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I'm glad that you're bringing it up. We're going to, at the end of it, if you're just joining in, maybe you caught the tail end of that, we always recap what we talk about. So we're going to come back to that and give the address and the times and stuff at the end, if that's okay with you.
I got you.
All right.
Whatever you want, Mr. McCarty, because I love being on your show. Okay?
This is the People Show.
I'm sorry. I'm just having a good time. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, no, I love having these conversations with you. We just always, weaving this thing in. Look, we already had one caller. Hey, if you're out there and you know of another Black Farmers Market or Farmers Hub or any of that kind of stuff, make sure you call in and let us know. It's a wide open phone line when we're not playing music. That phone number is 919-899-9305. You know what I'm saying? So,
yes,
yeah, we're just talking about a couple different things. So, something else that I wanted to keep driving forward before we get to your music, we're going to get to there in about 5 minutes or so. But something else that you and I talk about every now and again, as far as you being an instructor, you being in academia, and that being your profession. But you're also an African American. Right. Let's be honest with this here. Right. And so you and I, we did a podcast together where we kind of unfolded some of this. The last time you were on the show, we didn't really get in too much of it when we were on the radio show, but we talked about it on the podcast. So
that's right.
So yeah. So bringing it to this platform, if you're out there listening, how in your career, we're talking about the Black Farmers Hub, we're talking about paying homage to Jesse Jackson. You're an African American that teaches at predominantly white institutions. You've gotten educated at predominantly white institutions
and HBCUs.
Yes. But what I want to have the conversation about is DEI. DEI.
Yes, sir.
And what that means, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And we're in February. I want to have that conversation with a person in academia and how you balance that. Like you said, you went to HBCUs. You've done PWIs.
Yes, sir.
What does that balance look like to you from your seat?
Thank you for that question. Okay. DEI. They're just 3 principles: diversity, equity, and inclusion. Okay, we're not gonna get political here, everybody. We're just gonna answer the question. If you put those 3 letters together in any workplace, what really people are trying to achieve is fairness. That's it, And it's tough to achieve that in places that weren't designed for it. So as you mentioned, working at a PWI, being, a melanated person, right? I know how to follow the rules, but culture, I bring a culture with me. There is a culture there. So diversity just means difference. Equity is just giving people what they need when they need it, right? Like Mr. McCarty is different than me, right? What you give me may not work for him. See, so that's equity. Equality is do the same thing for everybody, which actually doesn't work, but it does cover up a lot of things so you can keep moving quickly. And the last is inclusion, which means we work with who's at the table and invite other people to the table, okay? See, I think that's the part that's what people kind of got lost in the sauce. Because what I was hearing, what people saying to me is that this is about taking things or jobs from people and giving it to people who don't deserve it. And I'm like, that's not what it is. I'm like, what it is us figuring out a way for us to work together. And figuring out a way for me to connect with you in a way that you're good with, and for you to connect with me in a way that I'm good with, which means that it's about relationship. And in places of work, and look, you are a professional who travels the world, so you always have to do things on time. I can't believe you got here. But you got here on time from traveling across the world, man. Yeah. See, you take everything seriously, but you walk in the door ready to respect. Hey, how you doing? We embraced immediately. Some people may come in, something's going on, ego, some hurt. And if they haven't been able to kind of manage that, they bring that in with them. But I have nothing to do with that as your coworker. So how do we deal with that if you say something or even kind of behave in a way that's not cool? And so I'll give just a quick example for real.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We're both men. Let's say we've been working together for 10 years. 10 years. We done figured out our own idiosyncrasies. We done created policies and procedures. And now someone of a different gender wants to come in and work with us. But everything we do just works for us because it's just you and me. How do you then make changes? Because what people think is, oh, yeah, they can come in and everything's going to be fine. And I'm like, it may not be. It may not be because we may say something, we may do something that can make them feel a little weird. So what I always tell people is keep this in mind. An idea becomes a thought. A thought then becomes an action. Action becomes behavior. Behavior becomes your character. Character is what everybody can see. So if we do misogynistic things and say things all of the time, then at some point we're going to say something that's going to mess with someone else. Here's where I also go back to people who don't like it, though. We still have to be about the business of what we're here for, right? So my thing is, then how do we do this in a way that makes sure everyone, at least, if not feel, I'm not going to say comfortable, because I do believe that sometimes a little tension is good. It keeps you moving, but at least feel like I belong or like I'm welcome here, you see? And so what DEI does, it allows us to explore more about ourselves and more, if we want, about other people. It's primarily learning more about you. The more I learn about you, Brother Cam, the more I actually learn about myself. Because if I know what makes you tick, I'm going to start going, man, maybe that makes me tick. And if it doesn't, I just learned it, though, because I learned something about you that made me reflect on myself. So that's why I say it's all about relationships. So the only thing that I want to say to people is I'm not trying to promote or proselytize. I'm just saying that what I think a lot of people heard that it was, it's not what it was. It's not about creating unfairness. But I'll say this and then I'll stop. But I do think that for some, it got so far, it got too emotional, too sensitive, outside of logic, that people just didn't want to hear stuff anymore. It seemed like one group was being elbowed all of the time from everybody else. And I'm saying I saw it. I've seen it. I didn't do it, but I've seen it. So that's why I would always tell people it's a two-way street. The respect that you want is the respect that you give. Yeah. But also the respect that someone else wants, you learn about it and you give it to them. You know what I mean? So that's really what it is. And working in these spaces, I learned that because I can look, I'm an MC, but I don't. You've been in sessions with me. Did I ever rap when we were doing something?
Yeah. No.
You see what I'm saying? No. I'm a scientist. I'm going to give it to you. But as soon as the class is over,
then we go,
hey, doc, hey, man, I heard that new song. You got some bars too? You see, I know how to do it. Yeah. So that's the thing that I say. It is to help people to be themselves, but not themselves like just do whatever you want, just to feel more comfortable and like you're welcome there. And that's really all it was. Yeah. And that's all it is.
And that, folks, is the show. No. I'm sitting. I'm literally soaking up every word because that is to me that is a great explanation of it that's not, like, once again, overly emotional and not even overly logical. It sits right in the middle of what the root of DEI is, this huge term, is that has grown and ballooned into something. Mm-hmm. And that is a very interesting perspective. I do have a question for you.
I'm listening.
And it's not necessarily a question. I just kind of want you to say something again that I heard. Yes. What is it? The thought becomes action. Oh. Action. What is that again?
I said, so an idea becomes a thought. So it's like, I like to get my, like, you got a fresh edge. Yeah. I like to get my hair cut like Mr. McCarty. That's the idea of thought. Okay, I'm gonna go do it. Now action. I go do it. Now I do it again, it becomes part of my behavior. I'm going to get my hair cut like Cam all the time now. And then next thing you know, every time which I'm not going to do that, respect the uniqueness. But now when you see me, you see you. Because it's like, man, wait. I know another brother who looks like that. You do? So what I'm saying is that it becomes you. So that's why I tell people it is okay to unpack ideas, and that's also what it allows us to do, to unpack things, to talk about them. I like to say it like this, like how you and I having this conversation. I think it's great to unpack things with people who I don't look like and with people who I do look like. You see, because because sometimes people who I don't look like, it's probably gonna be more comfortable.
Yeah,
sometimes. Just, my mentors didn't all look like me.
Yeah,
my mentors weren't all men. My mentors weren't my age.
Yeah.
You see, and also. Teachers, my students taught me.
Yeah.
So my students mentored me too. You see, so now that's also people who, at the time, because you're degreed too, but people who didn't have a degree, that don't mean I can't learn from you.
Yeah.
You see, so to me, like it is a humbling thing if you're secure in yourself. But if you are not, and you also hear it in a way that it's not if you only hear one way, because DI is not a monolith. Okay, it's about figuring out how to work in a place. Let me just say when I did my work, nobody lost their job. I did a workshop. I can say where, I just can't say who, because I'm respecting. I'm on your show. This is about your show. But in Texas, where DEI is outlawed. And I did a demonstration for people, and I taught to them about how to make your workplace, like better. And they loved it. They were like, man, we like this. Gentleman came up to me at the end. He said, I like everything that you did. So question, how did you implement it, and how many people lost their jobs while you were doing it? And I was like,
lost their jobs?
Excuse me, lost their job? What? I said, and I looked, there was another person I was talking to when he walked up, and I said, did I say that? Because I was like, whoa, that was a kind of a blunt question. I said, did I say that?
It was a strong assumption, though.
Right. And that's the part. She said, no. She said, Dr. Eas didn't say that. I said, no, I didn't say that. Where'd you get that idea from? And he was like, well, how do you make space for other people without folks losing their job? I said, that's why what I do is in the workshop is called an enrichment. See, when I leave a place, you're going to feel better than you did when you came into my presence, and the place is going to be enriched. I said, that's not what it is. I said, that's why people don't like it, because they think that what I'm talking about is taking jobs from people.
Yeah.
And I said, that's not what it is at all. I said, I'm saying make space for folks. So then the conversation went for real, everybody, just to be quick. And he started talking about, well, in our company, we want to get the most talented people. And I said, okay, that's great. And I said, okay, so in your company. And I said, well, the question is, how do you know when you have the most talented people? But what was fascinating is this individual was talking to me is working for his father's company. So then I'm like, okay. I said, well, hold on, wait a minute. Okay, so is talent the reason why you're there? That's the question. And the answer is yes. You went to school to fulfill the needs or the requirements to now work in the family business. Great. Okay. Did your connection to the family business give you a leg up ahead of everybody else? Yes. Okay. So did you actually earn it? Well, and one can say yes, and one can say, well,
you hitting hard with those questions.
Yeah. But you see, that's the point. You see, but my thing was not to say you didn't earn it. It's like, see, these are the factors
to think. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? To think about. So then just when you interact with someone and then they come in the door and then you're like, that's right, I earned everything here. Hold on, wait a minute. Maybe they wouldn't even know you were if you weren't related. It doesn't mean that they wouldn't want to hire you. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I said it nicely, because I wasn't like, did you know? I was like, let's just think about this for a minute, right? The assumption that you made is that people lose their job. But you say your company always looks at talent, but then let's look at how you got your job, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should lose your job, and that's why I told him, I said, see, that's the thing. I didn't say that you should lose your job. But what I'm saying is that it's good for you to be aware of how you got there, because everyone else doesn't have the same access.
Yeah.
So everyone else might not be able to say and get away with. You see what I'm saying? Everyone may not be able to get in and talk to the boss person and everything. So the relationship's not going to be the same.
Yeah.
So that means you can't treat everybody the same. You can't look at them all the same because they didn't come in here like that. You can maybe want to see them like, yeah, we're all great. That's good. That's a safe assumption. Everybody's great. Everyone worked hard. But we're not all the same. And I told them that's all it is. I didn't say go create a new initiative. I didn't say go start a new program. I didn't say go back to school. I said get to know the people that you're working with better.
Yeah.
And that was it. And you don't have to fire people. You asked them to hire them more.
Wow.
See?
We just went to a master class, folks. We just went to a master class.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
We just
$5 an hour. $5.
No, that's such an insightful point of view. And you said a word in there that I kind of accentuated was access. That's such a huge word. When you're talking about DEI, when you're talking about equity or whatever, it's access. Not everyone has the same access. And that's just the world we live in, and that's okay.
Right.
But how do we acknowledge that?
Yes.
And adjust accordingly. And I think that's what DEI is acknowledging that we don't have the same access, and we make the adjustments accordingly.
That's it.
That's
eloquently said.
Yeah.
that's it. See, one, two.
This is what we do. This is what we do. So I had to take us there. We had to go there. We had to sit down with a TED talk from a literal doctor here, from a literal doctor who does that talk for a living. We got that for free on the radio. To bring you to the next part of your multifaceted life, and that's your music.
Oh man.
That's your music.
Yes.
So you got a new project out.
Yes.
What's the name of that project? Just talk to the people about the project, because the first track we got coming up is Classic. Okay? Oh, man. That's the first track we got coming up. So what I want you to do is tell us about the album, and then introduce this song Classic, and then we're gonna run it.
So the name of the album is Don't Overthink It. A brilliant man like yourself, I think, understands that term. Because I know I've interacted with you before now, and I know you think a lot.
Yeah.
I can see it, because you move thoughtfully. I have a challenge, which I think many people do. I overthink so much, as I'm sure people have heard the term overanalysis leads to paralysis. So, Mr. McCarty, I've had this album. I had it for not a year, but for like a couple of months, and I sat on it. And I sat on it because I was nervous, because this is the first album I have where I'm not really talking about God. And I am an ordained minister. It's the first album I have where I'm not even going deep into DEI, and I am that type of professional. It's the first time that I have an album where I didn't curse on the record, but I did let you hear like things that made you think that I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm too old for this. You see, but I didn't say the word. So I was way more free on this record, and I didn't I didn't inundate myself with being burdened with what other people would think about the record.
The extraneous thoughts. I'm giving you words there. Extraneous.
That's it. So I said, and so that's where the title came from. I'm like, man, I'm trying to put this thing together, and then I feel like the Most High gave it to me. Stop overthinking it. Okay, don't overthink it. And what I did was, and I'm thankful that some people caught on. I released it on Dr. Carter G. Woodson's birthday on December 19th. Wow. A lot of folks, I have gotten so many compliments about the album cover, because it's me in 5 different poses. There are no words on the cover. I told our designer, Christopher Johnson, I said, I don't want any words on the cover. He said, why not? I said, I wanted to look like a portrait almost, kind of like Mona Lisa. And I said, but I want you to get me doing these different poses. And a lot of folks don't even realize what the poses are. So just to let everybody know, if you go back and look at the Don't Overthink It album, I'm in the pose with my finger on my left temple. I'm sitting with my hand in front of my chin like this. I'm sitting with my hand on my other temple looking away, and I'm sitting like this. Well, if you look up I'm going to give you the names of people to look up. Look up an image of President Barack Obama. Look up an image of Dr. Martin Luther King. Look up the last image of El-Haj Malik El-Shabazz, Malcolm X. Look up an image of Bob Marley. And look up an image of Dr. King. And so what I did was I did the pose that each one of them did in pictures where it looked like they were either really intent to the people or kind of stressed.
Yeah.
Wow. And to me, they are not crazy like some drum, but they're crazy thinkers.
Yeah.
Robert Nesta Marley, to make his music pass before 35. President Barack Obama, to be able to do what he did. Dr. King, come on,
right? Yeah.
Malcolm X, formerly Detroit Red, that's there. And then of course Nelson Madiba, like for real, went to jail for 27 years and comes out to run his country and help his country deal with reconciliation. So that's what I wanted to do. So even though I will tell people, I'm for everybody as far as I love all people, I'm always going to represent my folks.
That's right.
People who look like me always first.
Wow.
And so that is Don't Overthink It.
That's Don't Overthink It. Mm-hmm. How many tracks?
It's actually really like 13 as far as songs, but 25 in all because I have I took it back to how we do albums. I put interludes
and skits and kind of thing.
Because I wanted people to understand as best they could through the interludes. Why is he saying don't overthink it? See? Yeah. And so that's why the interludes, I've gotten a lot of props because most of the interludes are all funny.
I'm going to talk about that. After one of these tracks, I'm going to talk about my thoughts about interludes and projects and how they're put together and all that kind of stuff. I want to kind of get into that real quick. Okay. But before we go any further, I want the people to hear some music from you. I want them to hear some music from you before we go any further. We got Classic coming up. Just give it a little bit about it.
Please. Classic. Here's what's crazy. Classic is the first song that was made on this record.
Oh, wow.
The whole album is really anchored around this song.
Okay.
This song technically is the thinking song.
Okay.
And it's featuring my rhyming partner. I'm in a group called Great Minds, part of the Great Minds Alliance. B Guy Body 843, representing South Carolina. Mm-hmm. And so he and I, whenever we come together, it's like Andre and Big Boy.
That's right.
What we do.
All right. Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and run Classic by Rashad Eas.
Remain wireless, celebrate nothing, campaigns anonymous. I stand alone like an obelisk, writing lyrics like a novelist. That's the bottom line, don't talk again. AM to PM, we stay in ourselves. PM to AM, not playing ourselves.
At a different phase of my life, I'm aging myself, and I ain't got my hands out, guess I'm paying myself. Accept your compliments, stop hating myself. Well, to the beat of my own drum, I'm playing myself. I don't want your rewards, then I owe you my wealth. Succeed for myself and not to get your respect. I will earn that anyway, just say what I feel. Real truth is everlasting and good for your health. Fame is exhausting, too many extra steps. Wish it was all about talent, then I'd be the best. But I look for who is balanced and never gets pressed. Not hungry for your attention, play it close to the chest. Then you know your heart is real and you don't have to confess. When your bars juice drop, those that heard it are blessed. It don't matter where you're from, south to east to the west. It don't matter who you are, Kendrick, Kanye West.
C-L-A-S-S-I-C, 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 C-L-A-S-S-I-C.
Is your goal to impress? My dream is be the best, but God's vision made me rich, made me work less. The jewels look greater on you when you're worthless. If the chains give you worth, a slave's your purpose. I hear you won't listen unless I brag, so I brag different, had my mom and my dad. Started smoking young for years, took a break. Now smoke whenever, gave my lungs, my mind a chance to shake. I pay attention to y'all that are young and great, but when you get to 40 young, and will you be in shape? Can you make a meal or be chasing a plate? Will you be drugged out, interviews a sorry disgrace? Or will you be dead, we talk about you like you're still here? Associates get paid off your memory, you unclear. Can turn over in the grave when you're ashes. So pay attention to the words in this class.
C-L-A-S-S-I-C, 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 C-L-A-S-S-I-C.
classic right here. That's classic. CLASSIC.
Class, baby.
By Rashad Eas featuring B.
That's produced by my man Joe T. Joe T, the producer, originally from Birmingham, of course, my homeboy, but he represents LA now.
I like that. I like that right there.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. And we recorded that at Artist Mill.
Artist Mills. If you don't know, Artist Mills is actually right next to the studio. It is right next to the studio that we're sitting in right now.
Whole team. What's going on?
Yeah. So we're talking about your album. Look, hey, remember, if you're out there listening, you want to get on the conversation, phone lines are wide open when we're not playing music. That phone number is 919-899-9305. That's 919-899-9305. Look, if you're just joining on the second half of this thing, we're having a conversation with the doctor, Dr. Thomas Rashad Eas, the artist known as, and we're just having a multifaceted conversation. We started off, talking and paying homage to Jesse Jackson. We're talking about DEI. Now we've shifted over into the music part of the doctor. And, we're talking about your album, Don't Overthink It. And you were saying that you got some interludes and some skits in there. And one of the things that I want to talk about, or just bring out real quickly before we go to our next track, we got a couple more to play.
Yes, sir.
Is I say this on the show all the time. It's one of the things I talk about. One, that music should make us feel something, should make us feel an emotion of some sort. That's one of the things. But then also when we put together projects, especially music projects, and this is just my opinion. My opinion is an audiophile type person, is that a project should almost read like a book.
Yes.
Right? Almost read like a book, or almost listen like a movie. Right? You should be able to go through an album and just it flows and whatever emotions it takes you through. But can you put on some headphones and start at track 1 and go all the way through and feel like you're reading a novel from this eloquent poet or this eloquent artist? And can you close your eyes and see the colors as you listen to the words? Like that's when it's something. So when you brought up the interludes and the skits and how you weave through the album, I think that's the essence of it, man.
Yeah, to me, like if an album doesn't have, oh no, let me not say that, right? Because some of the best albums, Thriller had no interludes.
Yeah.
Even
Songs of the Key of Life is my favorite album of all time. I think it's the best album ever written.
On.
Doesn't necessarily have interludes, but you can close your eyes and you can be in 1972 now when you listen to the album.
Yes, that's the. But then you got, so I'm smiling because, of course, I see my man Dre just chimed in and Joe T. So we like people like Ice Cube. Ice Cube's first albums all had interludes.
Yeah.
Most Wanted, Death Certificate. Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly. Had great interludes and stuff. Even the first album, of course, that everybody knows.
I think about like Big Crit. His albums have interludes. J. Cole's been,
Of course, just put his project out. That's
another subject right there.
I'm proud of him, man. That's a great record. Great 2 records, I should say. I just think that interludes, if people really take their time, like to me, music should be an experience.
It's an experience, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to just put a record out with just with just songs. I wanted to.
We might have a caller. We might have a caller. Stand by.
Let's get it.
Hey, caller, you're on the RDU Live Radio Show. Who are we talking with right now?
Hey, man, what's going on, man? This is, I got several names, but, but at the same time, I keep things underground to a point where, I'll come out like a feed when it's time, But this is Noble Kane right now and everything, back in the day, I want to go ahead and tell Thomas, hey, man, when you came out with this Overthinker album,
yes,
man,
I did.
It really spoke back to me, because I am a overthinker. I am an overthinker.
Yes,
so I have to go ahead and decipher myself plenty of times a day. I contradict myself plenty of times over and over. And I think that's where my stagnation begins. And if I'll go forward with it, that's where it ends. So I have all these, you know what I'm saying, all these ideas and things of that nature and everything, you know what I'm saying. I need to go ahead and go forward with them and everything, you know, but they're great ideas. But at the same time, delving back into your album, I really must go back and revisit. But I'm trying to get past Flowers, man.
Thank you. That's song number 3. Oh my goodness, thank you.
Yeah, man. When you had dropped that, I was like, hey. that was some 3 stack stuff right there, man, for real.
Wow. Hey, that's strong right there.
You remember when I was on last time?
Yeah.
Somebody said, "Oh yeah, he talking hard about that Flowers." I said, I'm telling you, no one's ever done it. No, I said no one's ever done it. And I want to appreciate, you know, my brother for for saying that, because it is one of my songs that I'm really proud of. To me, that's my and I hope that my brother's still here. But that's one of my contributions, because no one's ever done that. Rapped about people like Flowers, and you know, and shouldn't it be a person who understands and studies trees was the forester to be able to do it?
Yeah.
So yeah. So I appreciate you, brother.
All right, there you go. I ain't got nothing else to say. My man covered it all, man. My man is an engineer he's one with the earth and everything, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, my religion, regardless of, you know, whatever that is, I mean, I drink and I smoke and things like that and everything. But I still resonate with nature, and that is my religion. You know what I'm saying? So, by you saying that, and then, you know, putting everything together in a nice little gumbo in the song Flowers and stuff, it only makes sense. Hey, man, congratulations on all your work, man, for real.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you calling in,
Peace
my brother.
out.
Peace.
Thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you for calling in.
Wow.
Indeed, man. Peace to y'all.
Peace to you. Have a good evening. Have a good evening.
Yes, sir.
So I should have said, well, when I was younger, that guy that brother right there, didn't nobody want to mess with him on the mic.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
And he still is. He's, you know, he goes by Double G, but, you know, not gangster, but because his name starts with G, but he's our Rakim.
Oh, wow.
Back in Birmingham, he's definitely that. His voice. Yeah, I mean, you
can hear the voice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He sounds just like that when he raps, and it's like I just look at him and be like, man, for real. You know, so I'm like, I need you to sound like you're working.
Yeah,
but I appreciate him, man.
No, that's good, man. I love those different perspectives, man. You got people calling in and talking to you. Look, this is what it's all about. We want to play a little music, but we love to have a conversation. So if you're out there, we got about 10 more minutes on the air. That phone number is 919-899-9305. That's 919-899-9305. So we're gonna jump right back into the music, because we got a couple more tracks to play.
Okay.
Up on the bill next, we got Long Term. Tell us about it so we can get to it.
So Long Term is featuring the first caller that we had. Okay.
Derek.
Derek is
okay.
Featuring Derek, so you really get to hear him. And I also say it's featuring another, you know, artist that we have, another personality too on the label, Trey Branch.
Okay.
So whenever somebody wants to step out and try to harmonize and put a melody to it, that's when Trey shows up. And
all right.
This song is for the ladies.
All right, this song is for the ladies. This is Long Term by Rashad Eas.
Also produced by Joe T, the producer. What's going on, y'all? Back in Bull City Studio. My man DJ Green making it work. We got my brother Psyche too. It's for the ladies right here. Hey baby, don't overthink it. Just let it flow.
Sun burning up the skyline, watermelon my tie. History and making half expected for a flyby. Why I feel this way will let me do a nice spy. While I wanna be the man you want, well baby I try, I sigh. It's a beautiful moment, so let me take a second joy. Deep inside emotions others wish to be avoided. Born to be alive because I can feel our hearts conjoining. When the sun goes down and the gray sets in, would you rest my
about to get crazy. No, we can't be lazy. In the flesh, my baby. Wishing this was daily. We busy, got the bed shaking. See you love my bone. Gently I awaken, harmonizing loud. Shh, quiet, baby. I know our neighbors hate me. Yes, I be working. Yes, it's early. All of that aside. Yeah, you're worth it. Smart, and your picture perfect. No hidden figure. Come on, let me search it. Gray hairs and curving. I am at your service. Sunrise, moonlight, don't be nervous. You safe. That's right. It's your place and mine. This time.
When the sun goes down and the gray sets in, would you rest my crown? Can you stay my friend?
Yeah. That's long term. That is long term by Rashad Eas. Long term by Rashad Eas.
Yes, sir.
That was a smooth one. That was a vibey one. I like that. I like that.
I appreciate it.
So, yo, we are getting down to the bottom of the hour. We're getting down to the bottom of it. So if you've been listening to the show, you just tuned in, we talked about a couple things. I wanted to recap one or two items, and we got to close this thing out, man. I appreciate you for being on the show with us today.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you having me back, man.
Yeah, no, having a conversation with you was always insightful. We get music, we get something deep, we get it all, and I that is what I like having this platform for.
Yes, sir.
Nobody is one-sided. Nothing is just one-sided. We can have many different conversations all in the same time. And I love being able to accentuate that. So we started off talking about the Black Farmers Hub. Could you tell the people, just give that address again about where that is?
Yeah, 1409 Cross Street, Raleigh, North Carolina. Open 10 to 6:30. Open Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and they're going to be doing some things on Sundays. And if you don't mind, if I could just say one other thing,
go ahead.
You got the Black Farmers Hub, then you also have the Black Farmers Market.
Okay.
And they're based in Durham.
Okay.
And they'll start back up because I work with them too. Okay, they provide sustenance to communities all over the state, and they start back up in April. So if people are looking to get back out, get your veggies, get your fruits and stuff, they're going to be starting back up in April. So everything's calm.
Perfect.
Right now.
Perfect. And then back to yourself.
Yes, sir.
We played a couple tracks from the album. Where can they find the album, and where can they find you?
First, you can find me, Easley Branch Music on Instagram, Dr.Thomas Rashad Easley on Instagram, Facebook, Thomas Easley. You can get the album one. You can go to my Bandcamp of Rashad Eas and get it if you want to support us directly. If you want to get the record off of theeaslybranch.com, that's the website. You can support us directly. But the music is everywhere, wherever you listen to it, from YouTube to Spotify to Apple Music, everywhere. It's everywhere you get it.
Everywhere you can get it, they can get it.
They can get it. Please check us out. Listen to us. I'm proud of this project. I'm really happy with it, and I'm getting a lot of love for it. It's funny. All these years I've been wanting the love for the other stuff. When I just let it go, the love's it's coming.
Literally, don't overthink it. And that's going to speak to the creatives. And I'm gonna give my bit there in just a second. But first, I just got to say thank you for coming on and being a part of the show. And this is your second time being live on the radio. We've done a podcast together. We're creating something here. We're creating something here. And I'm just appreciative that you would want to come sit and have this conversation with me.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Yeah. All right. Hey, so we might have you back on. Is that what I'm hearing?
If please, it would be my honor.
All right.
Oh, man, please.
All right.
We can talk about whatever you know, because I like that we can. Well, you're a brilliant brother, so that's
we can have conversation.
We can go there, man. So thank you again for real.
Yeah, thank you. So everybody out there listening, we at the bottom of the hour. we've been talking to Dr. Thomas Rashad Eas. He has a project out, Don't Overthink It. You can find that wherever you can find your music, or wherever you get your music at, you can go find the album, listen to it, and it might make you think a little bit, or you can just listen and vibe out. That's the whole point of it. Look, man, it's Tuesday. You already know what happens on Tuesday. Our show happens 6 to 7 p.m. right here on Oak 93.5. But then at about 9 o'clock, right outside of downtown Durham, CJ Baker's open mic night over at Rhythm and Brews. It's right there on Fayetteville Street, in between North Carolina Central University and downtown Durham. Right there, it's an open mic. It's a jam session. Bring all you got and just have a good time. And I wanted to say something.
It's free too,
and it's free. It's free. It's just one of those places that you can go, you can be, and you can hear some good music, connect with some good musicians, or just good people in general in the community. I wanted to speak on something real quick before we get off of here about your album, about Don't Overthink It, and how you're receiving that back. As creatives, that's a huge thing. As people in general, we had a caller that called in and was talking about that overthinking. And as creatives, a lot of times we overthink. And when you're creating any kind of art or writing a paper, it doesn't matter what it is. Sometimes you just have to go for it. Just start, just go, and just put it out there. And who knows what's going to come back? Who knows what's going to come back from that? Sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes it's everything. But that's not why we do it. You do it just to get it out.
Yes, that's it.
And I appreciate a record like Don't Overthink It and the sentiment behind it. We want to pay our respects and our homage to Dr. Reverend Jesse Jackson. Rest in peace, rest in power. And take a moment. It's February. Take a moment to think about all those things and how far we've come, how far we have to go, and just reflect. Just take a moment to reflect. But on that note, I want everybody to have a good Tuesday. I want everybody to get home safe. If you're still out there rolling, still out there driving, stay tuned right here to Oak 93.5. We got a host of shows coming up. And make sure you're doing your thing, loving on each other, and keeping everybody safe. We're going to end this thing off right here. This has been Cam with the RDU Live Show. And like I like to say, let's go live.
This is WRLYLP Raleigh.
93.5.